Welcome everyone to Buying Local. I'm your host. I almost forgot my name there. I'm your host, Mike Nelson from Five Towers Media. This is probably my fifth meeting, I think, today so far. It's 1 o'clock. And it's brain's a little bit mushy and I still got a few more. Uh, but I'm gonna put my best foot forward here, Jacque, and we're gonna talk about Operation Give Back. Before I do though, Jacques, and so that I don't mess up, even though I've known you for I think 25 years now, I'm still gonna mess up your last name, brother. So if you don't mind, just introduce yourself to us real quick and let tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do.
All right. Yeah, Jacque Ecuyer. So
Equier, there it is.
spell it phonetically next time, Mike. You'll have it in front of you. Yes, I think it's been about 25 years. Yeah, I am the founder and creator of 4S for Life, which is a local organization that benefits everyone dealing with mental health. This event itself is geared toward our veterans, which we all know can use all the help that they can get. But I think over the years, we've helped thousands of people. We've raised, Jesus, hundreds of thousands of dollars for all different causes pertaining to mental health. We've done an anti-bullying campaign, health and wellness program in the Queensbury School, Operation Give Back. We did a lot during COVID. So sort of like you, all over the place, all the time, constantly going. So
Yeah, man. Got to be on that hustle, right? Gotta,
yeah, gotta.
I don't know. I hear from people that they talk about being bored, and I'm just always like, well, what's that like? I don't ever have time for being bored. Yeah, I don't think you do either with all the stuff that you got going on.
No, I think, I was just having this conversation with my wife the other day, and I said, I think, as you talk to men that are older and they retire and they get, and once they lose their purpose, man, it seems like you look at these guys and they're just like, there's no desire there. They just lose everything. I mean, you have to stay busy. I think it keeps us young, it keeps us active, it keeps us, sharp. And I think, yeah, I'm going to do it until they put me in the ground, I think. Or my wife just says, that's enough.
Well, to your point, man, I think purpose is the key component that's missing in a lot of people's lives. I think having purpose solves a lot of problems and keeps you moving, gives you something to work for, to live for. And the purpose of our show today is Operation Give Back. So let's talk about that, man. Tell us a little bit about Operation Give Back.
All right. So Operation Give Back is a military appreciation day. It's a full day of music, food, raffles, such on for veterans, their families, and kids, open to the public. 100% of the proceeds go to local veteran organizations. So over the last, this is year 5, so it's a big year for us. It's our 5th anniversary. It's consistently exponentially built each year, but we've helped everyone from the Adirondack Vet House, Operation At Ease, Therapeutic Horses of Saratoga, tons of VFWs, American Legions, anything that has to pertain to veterans, and we can help in any capacity. We like to do that, but more importantly, it's to create a day and an atmosphere for our veterans, for them to feel the love and support from their communities, for the sacrifices they make, and to come out and have that camaraderie like they had in the military, share stories, laugh and cry, and just have a great day in a great area. Slickfin Brewing Company every year is military owned. Chris and Heather March are phenomenal people. They open their doors up every year. They were one of the founding partners. So myself, my organization, Chris and Heather, and also Alan Lapel from Vested Veteran Grill were the 3 people that started it, and now it's blown up to what it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And year 5. Now you guys are packing the house over there. Is that my understanding? And I was trying to get there last year and I can't remember, it was something kid related ended up happening. I couldn't get over there, but
Yeah, I think honestly, so it normally runs from noon to, we'll say, closing, which is about 10 p.m. The last band is on at like 8 o'clock, so it's solo acts in the beginning, first 4 hours, solo duos, and then we get into some full bands. Um, so it's probably like 1,500 people in and out of that brewery throughout the day at different times. I mean, we're packed at capacity. I mean, it has a huge. If you haven't been to Slickfin, it has a tap room, but it also has a huge outdoor back patio area with a large Army surplus tent. It's all enclosed with the flaps that are rolled up. That's seating for people. We have the stage in the back. There's cornhole boards, fire pits. It's just a really good place to be around.
yeah. Yeah. So you guys are on rain or shine.
Or on rain or shine, we have an extra big tent. Normally, Entertainment One over here in Hudson Falls, John Myers normally donates an extra tent. So we have plenty of coverage between the two tents and indoors. And
Nice.
yeah, as I said, everyone donates their time. All the bands will have hopefully three different food. I know Alan Lapel with Vested Vet will be there. I believe Stumpy's, which is right up the road, Stumpy's Pizzeria.
Yeah.
Amy, she's amazing, wanted to be a part of it, and I'm possibly going to have a third one just to cut down on lines and give people a little variety.
Yeah.
Especially because they're bringing kids, and a lot of kids don't want a full barbecue meal. Get something, a small pizza or a grilled cheese or mac and cheese or something that can keep them happy, so the parents can stay and spend more money on raffles and silent auction items, right?
There we go. There we go. And what does the raffle and silent auction typically consist of?
So we normally get things. Honestly, I've had things mailed from all over the United States: woodworking items, tickets to events, overnight stays at hotels. And then, of course, if you've been to fundraisers, different kind of baskets, gardening baskets, and Black Rifle Coffee Company donated a ton of stuff last year. We did 3 or 4 baskets with all their coffee, and they're military owned as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, what you see typically, and then of course our shirts. We have shirt sponsors of any businesses out there. Obviously, Five Towers Media is a sponsor. You guys run the shirt every year, and it's a great way for them to advertise, because these smaller businesses, especially ones that are just starting, when people see that you support their veterans, they're going to more than likely support your business as well.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to do it. It's $100 to sponsor. Put your logo on there for 500 shirts. I mean, that's you're not going to find cheaper advertising than that.
I'm curious, Jacque, and I know that we've talked about this in past years on the show, but for anyone that's just getting introduced to Operation Give Back for the first time, how did this whole thing even come to start? You and I think you said, is it Alan from Vested Veteran and Chris
Heather
and
and Chris
Heather?
March. Yep.
Yeah. How did
Um,
you guys just sitting around having a beer one day and
Yeah, yeah, we frequented. So my brother-in-law is a Marine, and a lot of their clientele is obviously 90% military, and we go down and have a good craft IPA, something, just hang out, have a cigar out back. It's a nice place to go to do that with your buddies. And I was just sitting at the bar, and I was talking to Heather, and I'm looking around the tap room, and I said, "Wow!" I said, "There's no events in the area that strictly pertain to military, where everything goes back to the military." I said, "What would you think about maybe hosting a military appreciation day?" And it was that easy. Heather's eyes lit up, and she said, "You know what?" She pulled her husband Chris over. She goes, "Hey, we planned it in 3 days." I mean, it was just like something we threw together, and it was like, okay. And first year we raised like $3,500 in 4 hours. It was like $1,000 an hour. It was ridiculous. And then we were like, hey, how can, obviously, like everything else, you like to add things each year. So then we started to add music, and it was a couple bands, and then there were a couple of musicians. And then we had to get into another food truck. And then it went from 3,500 to 8,000 to 13,000. Then it's, started to grow, and it started to catch on, and people got so excited about this event. And it goes back to what you said, having that drive and that purpose. When people support you, such as, companies such as yourself or friends such as yourself, and you see the excitement in their eyes about, man, I can't wait till that event next year, it makes you that much more excited to go, okay, what can we do to make this even bigger and better? And set aside the money aspect. I mean, yeah, we'd love to make more each year, but you know what? Honestly, as I said to my wife, if we went in this year and only made $5,000, it wouldn't matter. It's to create the atmosphere that those veterans feel like they are appreciated. And I think that's what's lacking, obviously, in this country nowadays, is getting, treated like third class citizens when they come home. And it's uncalled for. So if we can create that kind of atmosphere for them and their families, I think it truly goes a long way.
Absolutely. And I'm curious about, obviously the community. Oh, sorry, my phone started ringing there, Jacques. I've got this new system set up and I don't have anything configured, and like all of a sudden everything's connected and I don't want it to be connected. Uh, so sorry, Jacques, bear with me here. I don't
You're
know.
good, buddy.
There we go. All right, I got you back. I lost the window. I lost everything. I couldn't see your face
Oh
anymore.
man, that's all right. You don't need to see me. You know what I look like.
Technology. I'm supposed to be good with this stuff. So, from a community standpoint, it really sounds like every year the community's pitching in, whether it's people and obviously, Slickfin's in Fort Edward, but it's not just the Fort Edward community that's coming together. Can you
Right.
speak a little bit to where everybody's coming from geographically, business wise, walks of life, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's open, for Washington, Warren, Saratoga County, and it's slowly expanding. Fort Edward, it was great just because the brewery was already there. And, like when you're planning an event, everyone knows your most important thing is getting your date and your venue. So venues are always, it's not cheap to do a venue for any event. I mean, you're talking about thousands of dollars,
Hmm.
to just even to rent it. And sometimes without food, so when we decided to start it, and we had the venue because Heather and Chris were like, "Hey, we're just going to open the door," and I'm like, "Wow, that just saved us." So there's the good thing, and the reason why we can donate everything back is there's no overhead for this. Okay, so the venue is literally donated. The food trucks donate back. I've never asked them to, but they always donate back. So they make their own money. The musicians all donate their time. I mean, if you add up what you would spend on 8 bands or musicians, plus my sound guy does it for free. I have a professional sound engineer that comes on and takes on the entire event and sets up everything from the stage to the lineup. The volunteers, the women I have every year that keep coming back, there's 8 to 10 of those. I have one of the girls' softball teams coming to volunteer this year and do 50-50. They wanted to be a part of it. So I think it just catches on. And it's like anything else where when you put good out there and people see that, they want to be a part of something because not everyone knows how to start something, but they can be an integral part of it. Hey, someone else is starting. All I got to do is show up. Hey, I want to jump on. I want to sponsor, like you said, or I want to do a raffle basket, or I just want to show up and hang out and listen to music. And in whatever way you want to do it, we invite people from all over. I mean, we work with Adirondack Peer to Peer, which is Jeremy Dewars. They come out and they're another partner with us. Feeder Canal Alliance, they start advertising. I'm going to be on Channel 10 in May on a new thing called Soldiers to Service with Ryan Peterson, and we're to talk about the event, which is going to be huge exposure for us. And that's in the Albany area where I was born and raised. So now people down there see me up here, and I've had people come up that I went to high school with or grade school, and they're like, "Man, we can't believe that you are doing all of this." I'm like, "Hey, you know what? That was my calling, I guess. Somehow it found me along the way, and here
Yeah.
I am."
Yeah. It's as far as putting the event together. I mean, logistics has got to be the hardest thing, right? Like, how do you handle all these different groups, all these different people, bringing them all together, getting them there, attendance? How does that all work?
Well, so it's funny because once we get done with the event, like last year's event, at the end of the night when I was sitting hanging out, I started hitting up my musicians that night and saying, anyone that wants to come back, let me know now. I went right to my sound guy. Are you in for next year? Yep. I already knew Chris and Heather were in. Talk to the food truck. It's always about staying ahead of it. So, like
Mm,
right now, obviously venue's done. I have to IBS is they donate a couple porta johns for us because it's for veterans to help some of that
nice.
capacity. So when you have people like that, I have a volunteer coordinator who I just reach out to her. I put them in a group message. So what you do is you delegate, sort of like I mean you know this. You delegate. So you have a volunteer coordinator. They take care of all the volunteers, setting up the baskets, setting up the auction items, doing the raffle tickets, getting the T-shirts ready. They do all of that. Now your sound engineer takes care of all the music. They do the lineup, the stage, the sound system. Okay, another problem. Heather and Chris, the brewery is self-sufficient. It takes care of its own. Their staff takes care of the beer and other things. The food trucks are their own separate entities, so they bring their own staff. All they do is say, "Where do I set up?" Here you are. They're good. All I have to do is go up and network, which is what I want to do. I just want to be able to sit around and talk to these veterans and learn about them and their stories and just enjoy the day. And if you delegate it properly, I think, and you have the right people. I mean, without any of these partners, this doesn't work. You take Heather and Chris out, you take Alan out, you take the sound guy. It doesn't work. It's a team effort. I mean, and that's what it is. We have a very, very strong, cohesive team that puts this event together each year, and I couldn't do it without any of
Amazing.
them.
What, Jacque, as far as when you're looking at what to do with the funds each year, how do you evaluate who's the most needing or where the money's going to go? Like, what does that look like?
So we normally reach out. We'll put feelers out a couple months before. People that don't know it, a lot of the military organizations do know now who we are and what we do. So they'll start reaching out. Hey, and they'll give us a background. And so what we do is each partner picks a beneficiary. So that makes it
Mhm.
fair across the board. So I'll pick one. Chris and Heather pick their own. Ellen picks one. We normally try to do four. I think like we did four last year. I think it was either $4,000 or $5,000 to each organization. We do a check presentation right at Slickfin. So sometimes it's not just need. It's who's in the area where I know where the money's going to. Like I'll use the vet house. The Adirondack Vet House run by Jeff Varmette. He coached all my boys in wrestling for 30 years.
Nice.
He's a Marine, but I know exactly where that money's going here locally. I know what he does at the vet house. Where somebody like Wounded Warrior, we would never donate to. And I don't mean to say that negatively, but when your CEO makes six figures on a nonprofit organization, that makes me a little leery of where that money's going. So I want to keep it local. And that's huge when someone like yourself, say if you came with your wife or kids and you came or hanging out, you want to know that your money stays in our community. It's not going to Iowa or California. It's staying right here to take care of our veterans. We have to look out, for the people in our communities. And I think that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And little shout out to the Adirondack Vets House too. We host their website for free because they're a veteran
Yeah.
organization and try to help those guys out with we don't ever hear from them because they don't need much from us, but we know we're always there when they do. Appreciate what they do. Obviously, great organization and great cause. It's and I love what you said though, like as far as being able to make sure that that money is, you know, where it's going, right? Like it's going to have impact. Because to your point, I mean, I think everybody at this point has read stories about larger organizations that do all this fundraising and then a small percentage of that money actually goes to where you think it's going to go to help the people you think it's going to help, right? So knowing that it is going to go back and actually help real people, right? And it's not not paying for a CEO's expensive lifestyle or whatever it is, but I think
Yeah,
that's
and that's the thing, when I ask for those sponsor, especially the local businesses, they want to know if they're sponsoring, veterans here. And the bigger scheme of things, you always hope that maybe someone in a different town saw what you were doing, and it could still happen and go, hey, we might want to do that in our. And that's what you hope for. I mean, when you
yeah.
start something like this, you're hoping like maybe Bennington, Vermont, I'm using them as an example, saying, hey, they're doing this in upstate New York. Why don't we do something like this for our veterans? My ultimate goal would be to, if I could just travel around and set up these events and help get them started, I would do that. I mean, I would be open to that. And I think it would be great because they could do it right in their own community. So rather than try to
Mhm.
ask the state or the federal government for money for your veterans, do it yourself. Go out. I mean, we raise money for everything, right? From cancer to the South High Dance. I mean, South High Dance, $700,000. I mean, it's like, you know what the veterans could do with 700 and something thousand
They
dollars?
crush it,
I
yeah.
mean, and they do a great job, but same thing. Our veterans deserve the same type of, support. So I think that it's very important that, to keep it local and, like I said, not expand too much. So Warren, Washington, Saratoga County, we try to keep it right in that scheme of things. And, I think it'll continue to grow, and we'll see where it goes. Maybe I have to expand, and it may outgrow the brewery. I might have to make it at multiple locations, which was a thought this year. But I don't want to spread myself too thin. So it's compiling two different events, even though it's under the same umbrella. You have to
Oh
have a,
yeah,
a
it's a whole
point per
new
yeah, you got to have a point person here and somebody here. So I was like, you know what? So what we're doing is we're doing two friends of mine, Brianna and Lance Bergman, who come to every event. They are doing something called there's a bowling tournament on April 11th at Broadway Lanes in Fort Edward. It's called No Pins Left Behind. I thought it was a catchy name as like No Man Left Behind. But anyway,
yeah, yeah.
it's in the afternoon. It's a Saturday. I believe it's like 1 to 4. It's for veterans and their families, but it's open to the public. I'll have a DJ. We're going to do a 50-50. That money will probably donate to the Marine Corps League, which I'm now a part of. I'm doing some of their fundraising for the U.S. Marine Corps League. So we're tying in, and it continues to grow, and more people want to be involved. And we need to grow those ranks in the American Legions, the VFWs that have that older group. The younger guys don't want to get into it as much, and I think we need to get something to attract them into it and show them the importance of building those ranks. Because there is a lot of help out there for the veterans if they seek it, if they choose to look for it. There is a lot of help, and I realized that going to my first Marine Corps League meeting as a civilian, because as I said, my brother-in-law is a Marine, my family is military, my wife's family is all military. Um, but for what I do in the community, they wanted me to be a part of it, and I was honored to be, brought into that family and be able to witness these guys doing what they do. They do Toys for Tots every year. They do a lot for the community. So I think I'm going to make them my beneficiary from Give Back this year and donate back to the Marine Corps League and what they do.
That's amazing. And in some of what you're saying, really resonates with us at Five Towers. We one of the reasons why we started buying local to begin with is because we truly, truly, truly believe that if everybody focused on their community and making their own communities better, If everybody did that, if every community did that, what a world we would live in, right? And so we obviously love anything local. We love anything that is supporting local businesses, local causes, local people, anything that uplifts our local community. We're 1,000% behind it. So I love it, man. I think what you're doing is great. Well, all you guys are doing is great. At Heather and Chris over at Slickfin, great beer, great people. Uh, you know. Um, and I just think it's such a great event. So we're super excited to be involved, even the small part that we're involved in it. So
No, and I appreciate that. I mean, like you said, we've known each other for a long time. You remember me from starting out for us for life, and when I just started
yeah,
out, we've had a lot of discussions. We used to meet at coffee over at Crew and had our chats, and
yeah,
we're very similar. Our background, the way we are, the type of men that we are, the type of belief system we have. We've always, thought about the same thing. We have the same vision, I think, in a lot of aspects. So I appreciate that, and the website. And I had some other things I have to get back on there because I have stuff to add, for this year's event, just to get it updated.
yeah. Let's get that site
Because I
updated for
think is
sure.
it Jeremy that I think he's the one that email. Is there a Jeremy?
Jeremy's one of our guys. Yeah,
Okay.
he does like a lot of our SEO and web. He probably might have emailed you about a
Yeah.
website update or something that we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, send it on over, man. We'll get that stuff updated and get some fresh pictures on there. And
Yep.
I'm sure
I'll
we
get
got
all
to
that.
change the date on there, right? What's
Yeah.
the date for the upcoming
So the
event?
date is May 16th.
May 16th.
Yeah, but we used to. So here's the thing that got me. So every year we've done it on Mother's Day weekend, and it's been a banger. Like obviously it's grown, and the problem is that Heather being a mom and her birthday is the next day, she always gets stuck working it. So I talked to her this year, and I said, you know what? I said, why don't we give everyone a break, and we'll do it in. So we're doing it in between Mother's Day and Memorial Day. So I
Nice.
don't think it's going to affect anything. I mean, if people are going to come out, they're going to come out. It doesn't matter if you switch the date; they're coming out for the cause. So as I said, the bowling event is like a kickoff. It's something that they wanted to do for the event. So it's a kickoff for Operation Give Back. It's about a month before. And I'll have some information there. I'll have the last couple of years shirts. I'm going to sell anything that we sell goes right to the cause.
Yeah.
But I'll be on hand to talk to people about the event, what we do. There's limited sponsorships available. Businesses are a contact. I mean, my phone's blowing up. I mean, it's just people just want to be on the shirt. They want like, how can we help? And so it's amazing to have that kind of support when you're doing something local and know that the community stands and believes in what you're doing. That means a lot. So that's what keeps pushing it forward, I think.
Absolutely. So May 16th, what's the time again?
Starts at noon and goes all day. So it's all day event, live music all day. Like I said, 2 or 3 food trucks. We'll have the Raffles silent auctions. There's no charge to get in. It's just you walk in the brewery, come on in. Actually, the other thing is so Adirondack Peer to Peer every year. Jeremy Doers over there. They buy the first $1,000 in food. So what they do is for veterans, they'll give you vouchers. So they'll pay it ahead. So say if you were to come in, you're a veteran, you go up, you tell them which food truck you want it for, they give you so you get a free meal on peer to peer. So I mean that's a huge thing. The first $1,000 in food is already paid for. So
Yeah,
you get
it's
in the
amazing.
door, you get a quick snack, you have a great beer from Slickfin, you listen to some great music, take a shot at a raffle, and then even by the end of the night, last year the band still had. I guarantee you there was probably still 150 people there right up till 9:30, 10 o'clock, still listening to that last band. So yeah, it's crazy. It's amazing.
Love it. Love it. Love it. What if people want to get a hold of you, they want to learn more about the event, maybe they want to donate, they want to get involved, how do they find you?
I'm easy to find, Mike. You know that. I'm easy to find. No, you can go on the 4S for Life page. You can find me social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Just message me. I'm always posting. If you follow me, a lot of the people that we know are very similar, so they follow it and they see it. So the event page will be up probably within the next week. The event page will be all over social media.
Nice.
And like I said, anybody that wants to, we're going to be looking for baskets for the raffle, silent auction items. Again, 100% of the proceeds go right back to local veteran organizations. That's very important. And, you just come on out and have a good time. And, if you haven't been to Slickfin, come on out, try great beer, some great food, and just be around some great people. I mean, that's truly what any event should be about. It's the money is the secondary aspect. I mean, it's always nice, as I said, to raise the money and help what you can. So we'd love, to make a ton of money, but the importance of the day, because we always do it like a moment of silence about halfway through. One of my musicians plays the Star-Spangled Banner and on his guitar, and we do a moment of silence for all those soldiers that have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we honor them as well. So it brings everything together. A lot of tears last year. I picked out a song, and probably it was a song. I'm trying to think. It might have been if it was Tim McGraw. It's anything. It's about a soldier coming home. I can't think of the name of the song, and they bury him up on the end of the road where he grew up. And I had more veterans come up, and it was silent, but I didn't know it would have that effect. It was a good effect, but it was just like, man, and to see all these guys really show their true humanity and not have that, hey, I have to be tough for everybody. It was really good to see them just be a human being and just be part of the day.
Yeah. Love it, man. And website is operationgiveback.us.
Yes.
And then the S4S page is on Facebook. What is that again?
4S for Life is on, yeah, it's on Facebook, and the link to the website is on that page, so you can find it right on that page.
Awesome.
And I will get you the new date. I'll get you as soon as I get the lineup, food truck, like any pertinent information you need for the website that you guys helped create. I'll get that up so if people want to visit that.
Yeah.
That'll be a direct link right to the event, and they can see the shirts this year and the sponsors and everything else. So
Amazing. Love it. Jacque, thanks for coming on, man. Giving us the update and talking about the event. It's always good to see your face.
oh, it's always good to see you. We'll have to catch up one of these days when we're not doing anything.
I know we'll have to do it. We'll have to actually do it live instead of over
Yeah,
Zoom here.
uh, you know.
Spending my whole life on Zoom meetings these days, Jacque. It's
It's amazing how technology has come to Zoom. Like you used to have to do it. And I think you're the same way I am. Like I don't mind the Zoom because it does help because we're so busy.
yeah,
But I always tell people I want to do coffee. Like I love to have that personal touch with a conversation, no matter what we're talking about, just to have that personal interaction, I think is very important to keep us connected
I agree.
as human beings, because I think we lose it. Sort we don't, but we do. And I think it's important to catch up every once in a while with people and definitely make that that try to squeeze it in because I know you're busy. Like I said, thank you for squeezing me in. I just happened to think about it. I was at the Gold Star meeting the other night because one of my wife's friends is in that group, Tracy
Yeah.
Puckaher. So, and she invited me, and I went to talk to them, and I was talking at the time to Matt, and I was like, oh yeah, I already talked to Mike, and then when everything, and I was like, okay, yeah, I got to get a hold of Mike now. And you're like, oh, so thank you for squeezing me in because I was worried all of a sudden. I was like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Because you were like, I'm booked up in March. I'm like, oh crap, and you're like, no, I'll get you in. I'm like, all right. So I appreciate
Hey,
that.
listen,
Thank you.
man. I'll always make time for you, my man, and
I
I'll always
appreciate
make
it.
time for causes like this and helping our veterans. So happy to do it and happy and glad that we got to jump on here, man. So thanks a lot.
All right, I appreciate it,
Yep.
Mike.
And of course, thanks everybody for listening. You can find this episode and other episodes at buyinglocal.us. You can listen to our podcast, Apple, Spotify. You can take a look at Jacque and my ugly mugs here on the video if you want on YouTube and Rumble. And we appreciate everybody listening. Don't be afraid to share the show, send it to a friend, like, subscribe, all those fun things. And again, we appreciate everybody for listening and everybody for viewing. So thanks a lot, everybody.